cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
11Alive News at noon starts now. Long lines, paper ballot problems, voting machines not working or being delivered. Georgia's delayed primary election day is off to a rough start in several counties, but most of the complaints are coming out of Fulton. We're getting a flood of calls, emails, and tweets from unhappy voters all across the metro. The hashtag voter suppression trending in the U.S. on Twitter right now. 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks, and we hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sheba Russell. Despite weeks of extra time to prepare and a well-publicized push toward absentee ballots and warnings about long lines due to social distancing guidelines, it appears technical issues and larger than anticipated voter turnout are causing huge problems. We have team coverage on this developing situation, starting with Christy Diaz.
We're not even halfway through Election Day, and it's already been a very bumpy ride. Since we're where Atlanta speaks, we talked to people across the metro about the issues they faced trying to vote.
I sat in line for 2.5 hours ready to vote. All of the machines, they came out and said all the machines were down. There were 10 machines. And about an hour and a half in, they got 5 doors.
That was Allison Bolton's experience at Lithia Springs High School in Douglas County. But this morning, reports came pouring in from all over the metro, like from Rabia in Riverdale, who said people already looked aggravated when she joined the line at 7:30 this morning.
One of the poll workers was announcing to us that the system was down.
The green card machine, the electronic ballot box, even running out of the backup paper ballots as well.
For at least a good hour, maybe an hour and a half, they had no answers for us. A lot of people left. Unfortunately. Everybody was angry and frustrated.
Darren Baylor's voting precinct was at Cascade Elementary in Southwest Atlanta. He says the touch screen gave him trouble.
What I ended up having to do with the machine in order to register my vote, I would have to continuously click the candidate until it actually put a check next to that candidate.
After a week of protests and emotions running high, voters say this did not help.
To come here and you think that you're actually taking an active part in bringing about some change, and you get here and it's like, I can't vote. You don't know if this is just negligence or if this is deliberate. You don't know where it's coming from. It's just really bad all around. It really was a bad experience.
Why weren't you prepared? Why is there always an issue?
That was again Christy Diaz, the commissioner for Fulton County, just speaking moments ago, says issues with today's voting boil down to poor management and training issues, not equipment failures. Poll workers at one location were not able to process voters with their voter cards because they put them in the wrong place on the machines. She says that issue took an hour to sort out. She also says some equipment was delivered late or was not charged up, and there were also issues with absentee ballot applications never being answered. We heard from many of you saying you never got your absentee ballots.
I mean, it's been widely reported that half of the emails applications that were received were lost. I don't know how to explain that. It's another black eye for Fulton County, in my opinion.
A lot of you wanting to hear from the Secretary of State about all of these voter issues. Well, he is now responding. Joe Hankey live in Cobb County. And Joe, he's echoing what the Fulton County Commissioner is saying, right?
He is, Sheba. He's echoing those words out of Fulton County. As you said, we're in Cobb County here, Smyrna polling location behind me. You can see the snaking line of voters trying to get into the polling location here. We've talked to a few voters as they've walked out. They described for us 1.5 to 2 hour waits to cast their ballots once inside. They said at this location they have no issues to report, but as you heard from a long list of other polling locations around the metro, we are receiving a much larger than usual report of problems casting ballots. For many voters, this is their first time using those new touchscreen voting machines with a paper printout of their ballot. The issues we've heard from voters, they range from poll workers not being able to get the machines up and running, not having enough paper on hand for the machines, polling locations opening late because of machine issues, and voters being handed provisional ballots because poll workers say those machines aren't working. I talked a short time ago with Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. His office, of course, oversees elections on the statewide level. He told me they do not have any reports of actual equipment issues. He says in counties that are having issues, election boards do not properly prepare or train their poll workers.
It's not the machines. It gets back to training and communicating. You know, we've got the reports that people inserted the cards upside down. And so it gets back to the employees didn't understand the system. So what were they doing for all these months? All of a sudden they wake up and they say, let's have an election on Tuesday?
And those reports we have coming in from voters, they range from Fulton County to Gwinnett, DeKalb, Douglas, and Cherokee. The chairman of the DeKalb County Board of Elections writing us in a statement a short time ago saying DeKalb County Voter Registration and Elections Office is experiencing technical issues with the new state-issued voting machines. These issues are being seen statewide and are not isolated to DeKalb County. Any voter that has been turned away without casting a ballot should go to any precinct in DeKalb County and ask for a provisional ballot. When I talked with Secretary Raffensperger, he told me they are also receiving reports of polling locations receiving their equipment late or polling equipment being delivered to the wrong polling location. But he said once again that is an issue on the county level with individual county election boards. Sheba, will send it back to you.
All right, Joe, we appreciate that information. And more than 1 million people voting early or by absentee ballot for this primary. That's far more than usual and largely due to the coronavirus pandemic. If you're voting by absentee, your ballot must be received by 7 tonight. If you haven't mailed it yet, you can drop it off in ballot boxes at designated polling places. And if you're not sure if you're registered to vote in person, you can check the status on the Secretary of State's website, and we have a link for you on 11alive.com. Today is the first big test for Georgia's new voting machines. Back in August of 2019, a federal judge ruled the state's previous electronic voting system was seriously flawed. Those machines had been in use since 2002. But after a series of lawsuits and allegations of voter suppression during the 2018 gubernatorial election, the judge ordered the old machines be retired by January of this year. Many folks comparing what's happening today to 2018. One of the most common questions coming into our newsroom: if I voted in early March in the presidential primary, do I need to vote again today? I mean, that primary didn't happen. That's why we're here today. The short answer is yes, according to our political analyst, Andra Gillespie. Here's what she told me this morning on Morning Rush.
More races on this particular ballot than you would have seen if you had early voted for the March primary. So it's really important to make sure that you come back and make sure that you validate whatever your presidential selection was and that you vote in the down ticket races as well.
Andra Gillespie and our other political analyst, Mike Hassinger, will join us again tonight at 5 p.m. and throughout the night, talking about the problems we saw today and what it could mean for the November election. They'll also weigh in on tonight's results. We want to hear from you. Are you voting today? Did things go smoothly, or did you experience problems like a number of other voters? Tell us about your time at the poll. Email us at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com or call us at 678-765-949514 and leave us a voicemail. Don't forget to include your name and where you voted. We may use your message on air. All right, be sure to take your umbrella to the polls. You might need that beach chair as well. Chesley tracking the possibility of thunderstorms. All right, we just lost Chesley's mic. We're going to get back to him in just a moment. We're going to work on that for you. Another emotional day for the family and friends of George Floyd. Right now, his private funeral is underway in his hometown of Houston. This is the look right now. It has been 2 weeks since he died in police custody with a Minneapolis police officer's knee on his neck. It is a live look, in fact. His death sparking global protest demanding changes to policing. Jay Gray filing this report about an hour ago.
Activity really picking up here at the Fountain of Praise Church just ahead of George Floyd's funeral. I want to give you a look as people have continued to come into what is a growing memorial outside of the church, laying flowers, pausing, some for a few moments of silent reflection or prayer. This comes after 14 days and nights of protest across the country and nearly a week of very public memorials. Now, though, as George Floyd's family and friends, a few invited guests, gather at this church today, they do so for a final private goodbye here. Yesterday, thousands lined around this church, moving inside for a public viewing, many saying they were drawn here because they needed to be with others, feeling the way they were feeling. Also saying that they felt strength in numbers with those here and that they wanted to make sure to pay their respects to Floyd and to support his family. Now, when the service ends today, Floyd will be laid to rest near his mother in a family plot, while those who have been protesting, marching across the country since his death say they're not going to rest until they see significant and systematic changes in police departments across the country. That's the latest from here in Houston. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you now.
And right now, NBC is airing a special report of George Floyd's funeral. We are carrying it live on our sister station, WATL, also streaming it on our social media platforms. Let's turn it back over to Chesley. His mic is fixed.
Yeah, there you go. You were talking about taking an umbrella with you and maybe even a little lawn chairs to sit down, right? Maybe a towel as well, as temperatures are starting to heat up. We do have some showers starting to develop. Some of them on the heavy side. You got some moderate pockets of rain all the way up here to the far north, over toward Kennesaw, near Ackworth as well, near noonday. You got some very heavy rain, no lightning strikes associated with this, and then down to the south. So they are starting to develop. We'll see more thunderstorms in some of these as we head toward the latter afternoon. Temperatures at 81 degrees right now in Atlanta, 86 in Duluth, 79 degrees in Canton, 80 in Blairsville. We'll be heating up. I'm thinking 86 for your afternoon high. So if you're going to the polls after work, yeah, it will be hot. Remember, they close at 7. We'll be down to 83 degrees by then with those scattered thunderstorms continuing in the area. Going to have much more on your forecast, plus a better chance for thunderstorms as we head into the day tomorrow. More on that coming up.
Calls to defund the police growing across the country. What Atlanta's mayor is saying about the controversial proposal and if it could work here. And we know you have questions about today's primary. 11Alive has you covered. Just text the word poll to 404-885-7600 for a link to our complete voter guide, including candidate profiles and what you need to know about voting in person. And as we head to break, a live look at the long line of people waiting to vote. This is at Park Tavern in Midtown, just right down the street from our station here. One of several locations in Fulton County reporting really long lines today for Georgia's primary. We'll be right back.
National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknight.
Two Atlanta police officers fired for tasing two college students are now fighting to get their badges back. Our Hope Ford witnessed the violent takedown as it happened during the first weekend of protests over the death of George Floyd while in police custody. She's breaking down the officers' petition to return to the force.
It claims the officers were fired without an investigation, without a preliminary hearing, and without proper notice. The officers claim they used proper force in the arrest, and the firing caused public humiliation. And with that, they want their jobs reinstated with back pay. Ivory Streeter and Mark Gardner were fired on May 31st and then later charged by the DA for using excessive force. Atlanta Police Chief Erica Shields and Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms reviewed body camera video of the May 30th arrest of the two students, which shows the officers chasing the car driven by Morehouse student Messiah Young. Later, the windows were broken, guns were drawn on the two students before they were tased and arrested. And we were there when the arrest happened. Spelman student Naya Pilgrim told us she didn't know why she was being arrested. Chief Shields fired Streeter and Gardner the next day while apologizing for any harm caused to the students. Now here's why Mayor Bottoms is included in all this. Streeter and Gardner both say during a news conference, Bottoms said she and Chief Shields determined they should be terminated. Now 4 other officers were also charged and arrested in this case. The document says that they also used force, but they were not fired. Instead, they were placed on desk duty by Chief Shields.
A major move from the Minneapolis City Council, lawmakers deciding to defund their own police department in the wake of George Floyd's death. The controversial decision raising questions all across the country, including in Atlanta. John Sherrick explains what exactly it means and how city leaders here are responding.
It is a nationwide campaign with supporters in Atlanta, reformers who want to defund police departments such as the Atlanta Police Department, meaning reduce their budgets, and then spend that money instead on community programs aimed at solving social problems in order to prevent crime in the first place.
I'm not saying dismantle the police. I'm saying they do not need millions upon millions of dollars.
They have a lot of finances that we can, allocate to be beneficial for all communities.
But Atlanta's Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms holding up a copy of the city's budget during an interview with 11Alive Cheryl Preheim late Monday afternoon, said there is very little in the police budget that the city could cut.
The vast majority of our police budget goes to salary, pensions, workers' compensation, capital improvement.
The defund does not mean bring the budget down to $0.
Georgia State Representative Jasmine Clark calling for statewide legislation to reform police and for spending more money on crime prevention.
Defund means use those funds in a positive manner. Use those funds where they can go to actually help keep our community safe.
During an online Atlanta City Council Public Safety Committee meeting,
we can't defund the police department.
Council members who spoke opposed reducing police budgets, while thousands of online petitioners are trying to bring the power of the voters behind their call to decrease the police budget in order to invest in social programs and crime prevention.
That was John Sherrick reporting. And some of the nation's biggest companies based in our state pushing Georgia lawmakers to pass a hate crime law. Georgia Power, Coca-Cola, Delta, and many more signing a letter calling for the approval of House Bill 426. The bill, passed by the House early last year, is still sitting in the state Senate, which reconvenes next Monday. Georgia is one of only 4 states without a hate crime law on the books. Developing now, a driver hits 3 men in a parking lot, killing 2 of them after getting into a fight with one of them at a Gwinnett County bar. It happened early this morning outside Corona Billiards in unincorporated Norcross. Police say they have a suspect in custody, but they're looking for witnesses. Atlanta police confirming a man wanted for raping a woman at an apartment complex in Midtown is now in custody. Investigators say Eric Key is the man seen on here on surveillance video. Police say he forced the woman into a vacant apartment on Juniper Street early Sunday morning and raped her. Key turned himself into police today. He is now facing several charges, including rape and kidnapping. Still ahead, the latest on COVID-19 in Georgia and whether the recent protests are causing a spike in cases. And as we go to break, a live look at the private funeral for George Floyd, killed while in police custody. This is happening in Houston, his hometown. After this, a private burial where he will be laid to rest beside his mother. We'll be back.
Emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams.
Now to the latest on Georgia's fight with COVID-19. This is according to the State Department of Public Health. These numbers here. There are more than 52,000 confirmed cases with more than 8,700 hospitalizations. So far, more than 2,200 people have died here in Georgia. You asked us how the recent protests and more people venturing out might impact the spread of the virus. And we took a look at weekly averages of new cases. The first week of June had on average 613 new cases reported each day. The week prior, we had 559 new cases, so a little more than 50 of a jump, an upward swing here. We also noticed another upward swing. For the first time in more than a week, we saw the number of people being treated for COVID-19 at the hospital increase. This number has been trending downward significantly. We'll watch the next couple of days for you to see what happens. We have an entire page dedicated to Georgia's fight against COVID-19. You can find it on our website. Just type 11alive.com/coronavirus.
Already starting to see some of those scattered showers begin to pop up in our area and dropping some pretty moderate rainfall as well. Seeing that up to the north, over here to the metro area as well. You can see just exiting out of Cobb County, we do have some very heavy rain there. A little bit further down to the south as well, over toward Coweta County. We're looking at some heavy rain there in Fayette County as well. We'll continue to watch these showers develop, even some thunderstorms popping up a little bit later on this afternoon. It is starting to warm up. As you can see, the 80s are out there. 86 right now in Edenton, also 86 in Duluth, 81 in Atlanta, 81 in Gainesville, 79 degrees up towards Blairsville. That's one of the cool spots out there this morning. We are looking at the remnants of Cristobal continue to push further off to the north, but that tropical air mass is still over us, and with some heating, you start to see those showers develop. Now, thunderstorms are a little bit further down to the south. We're expecting to get in on that. I'm thinking after about 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. The severe threat is mainly off to our north and west around that area of low pressure. We have a light green shade over us, which means general thunderstorms possible. But with a cold front advancing eastward, notice by tomorrow, we're under a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of a possible 5. So some of the thunderstorms tomorrow with the passage of that cold front could be on the strong to severe side, packing some pretty gusty winds. We have seen some sun already helping to heat us up a little bit, so it's destabilizing the atmosphere. So we'll watch those thunderstorms as they'll be with us at least through about 9 o'clock tonight. After that, once we lose that daytime heating, they go away. Tomorrow, we start off with mostly cloudy skies. The front advances eastward. You notice the thunderstorms starting to, or at least the showers starting to pop up around the mid-morning hour, and then during the afternoon, scattered thunderstorms will be with us at least another day before that front passes, and then we begin to clear it out just in time as we head toward the end of the week and to the weekend. Looking at 85 degrees by Thursday, 87 on Friday under mostly sunny skies. We'll hold on to that trend as we head through the weekend and even into next week. We're looking at sunshine around and temperatures in the mid to upper 80s.
We'll take it, Chesley. Thank you. The 2020 fall semester may look a little different for some students. Up next, we're connecting the dots between coronavirus and community colleges.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
The Georgia Aquarium is reopening next week after being closed for nearly 3 months, but the ongoing coronavirus pandemic means visitors will see some changes. Guests must purchase a time ticket to help limit the number of people and give staff time to clean and sanitize. Employees will also be required to wear masks. Guests will be as well. The aquarium opens to members starting on Saturday and the general public next week. COVID-19 may be a boon for some schools across the nation. Jerry Carnes connects COVID-19 to community colleges.
Even if college campuses are operating as usual in the fall, many students may choose to attend something other than a traditional four-year school. Let's connect the dots between the coronavirus and community colleges. A survey by the research group Simpson Scarborough revealed 10% of all high school graduates have changed their minds about attending a four-year school due to COVID-19. Roughly half of them are now planning to attend a community college. The issue is money. A separate survey by Wakefield Research found nearly a quarter of all U.S. teens are worried their parents can't afford a traditional four-year school. Community colleges around the country are preparing for a possible surge in enrollment. Generally, community colleges are considerably less expensive than four-year schools. Some people who've lost their jobs due to the coronavirus may choose a community college to go back to school for retraining.
And remember, you can find the latest on COVID-19 on the 11Alive app. And this reminder on this primary day, if you have questions, 11Alive has you covered. Just text the word poll to 404-885-7600 for a link to our complete voter guide, including candidate profiles and what you need to know about voting in person. The polls close at 7 p.m. tonight. And before we say goodbye, one final look at the funeral service for George Floyd, killed while in police custody. This is happening at Fountain of Praise Church in Houston, his hometown. The Reverend Al Sharpton delivering the eulogy today. You can watch much more on the WATL. We'll be streaming the service there live right now.
That lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.